Episode 2 of my hardcore survival diary starts off with me not recognising the sound of an Enderman flying around the place and wandering around confused. Having gathered myself together, I decided to be brave and explore a tiny underground tunnel. Having fearfully placed a torch, I continued down it. Oh, hello! Having dispatched the zombie, I continued my journey down. Oh, I am being shot at! After running away from Shoot Me in the face, I composed myself and positioned on the high ground, ready to go full Indiana Jones on him if he had the nerve to come out. While this was going on, a zombie was performing what the Americans would call a Hail Mary, making the ultimate sacrifice in an attempt to smack me to death. The stress of hardcore is obviously getting to me, because when I got home I decided with very little thought to rip up the floor of my house for no real reason and replace it with cobblestone. Confused and seemingly lost, I headed back into the cave with my big boy pants on and mined some coal. Having found and blocked the hole from whence they came, I mined even more coal shortly before being approached by an inquisitive explosive device. Taking absolutely no chances whatsoever, I ran right out of the cave because apparently I thought the creeper had the explosive capacity of Chernobyl. Being my usual mix of brave and stupid, I ventured into the potentially deadly hole from whence they came with only 2 torches. I was mining iron and coal while not blinking or breathing for a solid 2 minutes, up until I heard a spider nearby, at which point the sudden intake of breath created a low pressure air mass that has altered weather systems all around the globe. It was this that made me reconsider my state of being in the cave and promptly leave. After running into the greengrocer once again, I smashed his head in with a sword and then left. Smelting up my iron gave me enough materials to make a shield, a helmet and a pair of boots. Unfortunately, I'm still stuck with the stone sword, but I'll have an iron one in a while, so it shouldn't really matter. I decided to spend the night mining down, which led to me discovering an absolute chungus of a cave. Having scaled my way down to the bottom of it with a new batch of torches in hand, I got scared and ran away. Turning the brightness settings all the way up from moody, which is one of the most terrifying settings in the game, I went to investigate a bit more. Probably should have done this during the day because there's quite a lot of natural light that gets let in, but whatever. Standing at the bottom of the stairs, I just sort of stared into the darkness rather than actually doing anything. After some mental preparation, I accidentally got a skeleton to shoot a zombie in the back and made them turn on each other. This made for a great spectator sport up until the skeleton won and his mate turned on me, all while the baby zombie RKO'd him. After, the baby zombie ran at me and put me on the ropes with a cross and a jab while the skeleton shot a bat in the face. After taking a gnarly couple of hits, I decided to run away, and this would have worked if it weren't for the fact that baby zombies can run at twice the speed of sound. My initial plan to run outside and burn them to death wasn't an option because it was night time, so I murdered the child in the middle of the house, followed by the witness. Having hit the armed home invader with almost everything in my hotbar except the sword, I managed to take him out. This was by quite some margin the closest I've come to dying so far, but it taught me a valuable lesson. Stab the children. After last night's incident, I headed back into the cave, hoping not to come across any more zombies or skeletons. Oh, for fuck. While lighting up the cave, I came across another greengrocer. He was a quiet enough chap, up until he exploded. Now comfortable with the lighting in my cave, I set the graphics back to moody, just for that extra zest, and started mining out all the coal and iron. Hearing a skeleton walking around somewhere, the PTSD immediately kicked in and I went full SWAT mode with my shield before continuing with my mining operation. Oh hello, what are you doing here? Well, that's gone flawlessly well. After the unfortunate demise of a child and skeleton earlier, I decided the best thing to do would be to flex my engineering genius by putting a door in the mine to stop things getting up to the house in future. Then I finished off by adding some glass blocks next to the door and some glass panes in the house, even though it's made out of dirt. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of this episode. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like and feel free to subscribe. Join me next time, where we will continue to almost die and survive by the skin of our teeth despite having an iron sword, full iron armour, and a shield. See you next time.